One fine morning, you enter your favorite tea shop, okay? Now imagine two scenarios. Scenario 1, the tea shop owner tells you, "Hey, good morning. What do you want to have today?" Scenario 2, the tea shop owner calls out to you, "Hi there. Good morning. What do you want to have today?" So out of these two scenarios, which one would you prefer? The first one or the second one in which he called out your name? Hi, hello, vanakkam. I'm SBS Dayabaran and welcome to another episode. So out of those two choices, which one did you choose? Option 2, right? Scenario 2, where the shopkeeper calls your name. Of course, just a small change in verbatim where the shopkeeper calls you by the name and the whole narrative and the feel changes, right? We feel more valued, we feel more recognized, and sense of recognition is something which is amazing, especially if it is from a stranger. So there are a lot of advantages of using names while conversing with people, and like with everything else, it comes with its drawbacks as well. When you overuse it, there are chances the feel might get backfired. So let's see. Let's begin with the advantages. So the first and foremost advantage and the most powerful advantage is building a strong personal connection. So when you talk to a person or converse with a person and use his or her name to start the conversation, it immediately sends a signal to them that you consider them as an individual and not just any other face in the crowd. That is a huge thing. Also, it tells them that you have put in the time and effort to remember the person's identity and acknowledge them. So what happens is, in the long run, this helps in creating a strong connection, respect, and build rapport with that person. Advantage 2, express active listening and engagement. So consider this scenario. You are in the meeting room in your office and one of your colleagues is giving you a presentation. So in between the presentation, you ask him or you address him, "That's a great idea, John. Could you please explain point number 2 again?" So what happens is, at that moment, you give the signal to the speaker, your colleague, that you are actively present in this moment, you are actively listening to him, and you are ready to engage with whatever information he is sharing, right? So it tells him that you are available at the moment and not zoned out like most of them in the crowd, right? So there's one sub advantage as well. So it helps the speaker, in this case John, it boosts his confidence and he will perform more better in the presentation moving forward. Yeah. Advantage 3, to grab the attention of a specific person from a crowd. So imagine you are in a very crowded hall, right? A lot of people around you, a lot of noise, a lot of hustle and bustle going around, and suddenly you hear your name being called from a distance, right? Someone is calling out to you in your name, with your name. So what happens is, you immediately shift focus in the direction where the call came from, right? And you just forget about the whole crowd and all the noise. You zone all that out. Your only focus will be in the direction where that call of your name came from. So have you seen this being used somewhere? Especially when we were kids. Teachers do it, right? I'm sure teachers would have done it to you as well, because they do it to me a lot. So when I'm in class and when I'm not paying attention, suddenly teachers call out my name, I drop everything and I focus on the teacher. So it's the same thing being used, and this can be used in any situation, everywhere, to grab hold of the attention of a specific person in a crowd. advantage 4, which is actually an extension of advantage 1, which was building a personal connection, but here it is exclusive to a professional setup. So this advantage is to build rapport with new colleagues or colleagues with whom you are starting to work initially. So in a professional setup, trust is very important, right? And when you start conversing with your colleagues by addressing them by the name initially, what happens is this promotes a sense of trust and familiarity. And this familiarity or the trust sense over a long period of time will help build a strong professional rapport between you and your colleagues. Now, wherever there are advantages, wherever there is good, there is bad. So there are disadvantages also, right? The yin and yang concept. It applies here too. So the first and foremost disadvantage is overusing addressing people by name. We tend to do that, right? We overuse what all is good and then reduce the value of it, dilute the value of it. The same thing applies here. So when you start overusing addressing people by the names, like every time, every line, every sentence, so what happens is it seems so artificial, it seems so insincere, and the other person might feel, why is he calling me by name every time, every line? It seems so forced. Is he manipulating me? Right? Seems very bad. And the original intention of building the rapport is completely negated and it backfires. So, overusing. No. The next disadvantage is cultural sensitivity. So, in some cultures, addressing people by name or using names while talking to people is considered disrespectful. I know, right? Yeah, even I was stunned when I read about this, and it is considered disrespectful. So while addressing people by names, it is always good to keep this cultural sensitivity in mind. So when you get to know that the other person is of this culture and this is what their belief is, don't use it. So whenever there's a talk or any discussion regarding name, I cannot control myself from boasting about my name. My name is SBS Dayabaran, very unique, very distinctive, and it's right away stands out in the crowd. It has a very high recall value, which is something which I understood over the years. Especially it's because of the initials SBS, right? So Dayabaran means, it's a very strong Tamil word, and it means the embodiment of kindness. It is also a powerful name of Lord Shiva. Too much information? No, I am boasting. Allow me to do so. So if you want to see how unique my name is, just go to Google and type SBS Dayabaran. See all the search results, all of them, it's me. So that's all I had for today. I hope you found it informative. People are named so that they can be referred to or called out, right? So let's start using those names in our daily conversations, but in moderation, of course. Only then we can foster, organic connections between people. Else it will seem so artificial. We don't want that, right? Yeah. So if you love what you're watching, give a like and subscribe so that I can find you next time on time. Stay healthy and always be happy, my friend.